Yo guys, what is going on? How you guys doing today? Welcome back to the channel for another video. I do have coffee, ladies and gentlemen, so if you guys want some coffee sips. Boom. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Did I ask you guys how you're doing? Anyways, guys, thank you for the second channel love. It is really hard to do player reviews with all the streaming, the videos, and other stuff I got going on in my life. I'm trying to get you guys with the content. I'm going to have a Joseph Martinez and a Pookie review this week for you guys. So any other reviews you guys want, let me know in the comments down below. Now, a lot of you guys have been hitting me up and saying, Nick, keep the tactic videos going. I really like them. I'm trying out different tactics. So today, I have some new tactics for you guys, man. Today, we're going to be showing you guys my 4-2-3-1 tactics. Now, just a little bit about me. I have played 4-1-2-2 for like 2 to 3 years, and I have played nothing else. The only other formation that has seen the light of day in my club has been the 3-5-2. So, I don't have a great team right now, so the 4-1-2-2 is really hard with a bad team because you get countered a ton. So, I have some 4-2-3-1 tactics that I switched to and made, and I really like them. So, I want to share them with you guys. I want to talk about them with a little with you guys. I think the 4-2-3-1 is really nice because you don't have to have amazing players. As you guys can see, my team has pretty bad players outside of Idrissa Gana Gueye, Ben Yedder, and Dembele. Other than that, I mean, you could argue that Cyprian and Aouar are sick, or Juku and Carrere, but to be honest, this team is pretty underwhelming for FIFA. So that's where we're at, and it's been great, man. I think since I switched to it yesterday, the gameplay was really weird yesterday, but I think I beat some crazy teams in Rivals. I mean, I beat a 14 million coin team yesterday in Rivals, and it's on my past broadcast. If you guys want to go watch it on Twitch, you know that I beat them 4-2 with these tactics. So I really do like these tactics. I'm going to talk about some of the players you're going to need in the positions. If you guys enjoy the video, thumbs up. And let me know in the comments down below for you guys what tactics you guys are enjoying at the moment. So we're going to get into it. It's a 4-1-2-2, obviously. I have it as my attacking preset. Now, the way I play it is I play 5 width and 5 depth. I feel like with the depth and the width, you just don't need any more. It keeps the team really balanced and in nice positions at all times. And then the defensive style at balanced just kind of keeps the team moving, but doesn't do anything crazy. I think I may do pressure and heavy touch, but the reason why I can't do that, guys, is if you look at my team and the players that I have bad stamina on my players. So if you have good stamina, by all means, go ahead and use pressure on heavy. Offensive style, we keep it balanced. Width, we keep it 5. Players in the box, we get 5. I actually made the corners. I made the corners and the free kicks really low. The reason for that, corners are very ineffective this year. They're not good. So don't overcommit. I used to run 3 or 4 last year. This year I'm going to run 2. Just don't overcommit on corners. There's no point, guys, because the corners just aren't worth it to go commit your whole team forward for. I just feel like, at least. So there's no point. Keep your players back. So here are the players that I was using. Now, the way I play this team is that you need pace on the wide cams. That's 100% what you need. So I have Dembele and Onyekuru. Now, I start off with Aouar just because of the way my team starts. Usually what I do, guys, is I put a lone striker in. So I'll put in Hazard up top, or I'll put in my Balde Diao. I have a Balde Diao on the bench that I use at striker. The reason why I put him in at striker is because Balde has stock. He's a very big player. 16 goals and 10 assists in 22 games for me. So he's very good in that regard. But I don't really start Aouar. What I do with this formation is I kind of use this in the beginning and I sub minute 20 Aouar off. I keep Aouar in the game just to kind of keep a little bit of unpredictability, feel out the game in the beginning. Ben Yedder drops back to Cam. I think in this formation, it's really important to have a striker that has a Cam that has a 5-star weak foot. I think it's really nice to play into this Cam. And the way you're going to have to play this formation is you have to do a lot of passing triangles. I'm going to keep that in mind for you guys. A lot of passing in and out triangles. A lot of build-up play. I play build-up, football, so that's how this formation works. And then, obviously, fast fullbacks are important, and it's important to have fullbacks that are going to get back for you. High work rates are really critical for your fullbacks if you can get them. And other than that, let's get into some of the instructions. So, we'll start off at the back. Nothing on the keeper. It's actually funny because you can do a sweeper keeper. I think this year I'm not doing sweeper keeper. I don't really do goalkeeper instructions. Obviously, both center backs on stay back is very important. And then I have my fullbacks on balance. Now, this is going to be very interesting for you guys because a lot of people that play a 4-2-3-1 keep their fullbacks on stay back and they play their wide mids on comeback and defense. So you guys are going to see what I put together with these tactics that works. And it makes this a really unique scenario. And I'll tell you why the fullbacks are unbalanced in a little bit. So then in terms of the CDMs, one CDM, okay, this guy should be on cover center. I don't know why he's not cover center. Okay, one CDM is on stay back. And that should be the one that your team has medium-high work rates or is more defensive-minded. Even if they're high, if they're a very defensive midfielder, then keep that one on stay back. Also on cut passing lanes. The other midfielder gets to go on balance. Now, the reason for that, they shoot forward a little bit. They don't do too much with the defending, and they can move and kind of create that lane that disallows the other player to make some key passes into your other CDM. I also have them on cut passing lanes and cover center, so that's another big thing. Both CDMs are going to be on cover center and cut passing lanes. It's kind of unusual, and it's a little bit advanced for the CDMs, but I'm going for it. Then the left cam is on comeback on defense. The reason for this is because when he's on comeback on defense, he actually will rotate at times. It's really funny. He will rotate at times if the Hernandez pushes forward too much and they overlap. Onyekuru sometimes will drop back just to cover the counter. And the thing that's really important about the fullbacks pushing forward is that you're going to have basically at all times either like pretty much like a 6-on-6 or an 8-on-6 with your CDMs if they end up going forward, which is nice because what's going to happen is when you're possessing the ball, your fullbacks are going to make runs out wide. They're going to distract the other team's AI out wide. So when you bring it middle, you're going to have a lot more space middle. You're going to have 2v2s, 2v3s, 3v3s, things like that instead of like 3v5s. I felt like a lot of people are using contain and park the bus. So for me, it helps me get more runners forward, more people getting up the pitch, which is a really nice tactic to have. I really like it. My other cam is on comeback on defense. It's the same thing over here. Balanced attack, balanced attack. Both of the wide cams on comeback on defense. And it allows this constant overlapping situation for both of these players, which is really nice down the wing. You're going to get a lot of attacking support runs. And the second that they try to crunch you out wide, a lot of people's play styles right now are just run to the end line, cut in, do a pass, another pass, and a shot. This will create havoc and annoyance for your opponent because you're going to have two players on your sideline at all times pretty close together, which is nice. It gives you good balance. As for the cam and the striker, there's absolutely nothing that I do on them. I actually don't even put get in behind on the striker. I don't touch it because I feel like get in behind sometimes on the 4-2-3-1 because you only play one striker, it can drift the striker too much ahead of where you want him actually to be. So that's why I don't touch it. I leave it. I don't really touch it at all. I think it's not that relevant. And so the formation is really balanced because you at all times have two central players. I don't bring the cam on comeback. I don't think it's necessary. I think in a 3-5-2 it's necessary. In a 4-2-3-1 I don't think it is because you have these two guys. Naturally, if your cam wants to track back, he'll track back. Like for example, For example, my cam, Ben Yedder, has high work rate. So naturally, he's going to track back a little bit, right? So that's another thing you could do. You guys could look into getting a cam. Now, there's probably very few cams in this game that have high work rates and track back with a 5-star weak foot, right? That's not going to be too common. But I think the formation is really good if you don't have a lot of great players in your team. I just don't think the 4-1-2-2 for me right now is working. Even though I was winning games with it, I just don't think it was... My players, the reason with the 4-1-2-2, why it wasn't as good as this, my players aren't that good right now, right? So in a narrow, you have to use really good players because all your players are so close together. It's really hard to get your players separated or wide in a narrow 4-1-2-2 because it just is a narrow formation. Whereas this is a 4-2-3-1 narrow, but it's still wider, and your players actually, as you can see the way the formation looks, you have this triangle where if I want to play into Ben Yedder and then back to Aouar, I can. If I want to play back to Cyprian into Aouar, I can. If I want to play back to my fullback Hernandez to Cyprian and then, switch it out wide to Dembele, I can. There's a lot of different passing combinations you can make. And I think the passing triangles and those are really, really important this year. I think it's really critical in this game, guys. So that's why I want to bring this video to you guys, because this 4-2-3-1 has been working like crazy. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I am playing very good at this game right now when the game is responsive and good. I really haven't been beaten only by one kid. I've lost a few games just because of stupid drag touches and shit like that. In terms of this formation, I beat 3 God Squads yesterday, and I don't think I would have beat them with a 4-1-2-2 narrow. And the reason for that was this formation gave my team balance. I was able to just possess the ball when I wanted to. Keep the other team, in pressure. I think the number one thing about this formation and how you should utilize it is the passing combinations and the fullbacks forward. If you guys can get the fullbacks forward and you guys can camp and sit on someone's box and give them pressure, people are going to hate you. They're not going to enjoy playing against this formation at all. So right now, the only 2 formations that I've really tried out is the 4-1-2-2 narrow and the 4-2-3-1. When I get more tactics or find another formation that's really working, you guys will be the first to know. I want to bring you guys these tactic videos in the second channel because I think a lot of you guys are trying to experiment with tactics right now, trying things out. And I think as well as when I upgrade my team, I think I'll have another set of feeling good about these tactics or not feeling good about these tactics. So I think that will all help me in the long run. I would say my biggest tip is with the guy you're going to play at striker in this team needs to have a fair bit of pace and a little bit of physical. So for example, Aguero was good, but he didn't have enough pace. He was good, but he didn't really have enough pace. Like when I put Balde at striker, he's really good. Hazard has been decent at striker. So it's got to be those kinds of players that you put it in. And out wide, I 100% suggest if you're going to play the left and right cam, having 5-star skills and pace. 5-star skills is big for those guys because it really helps them create a lot of space on the wing and out wide. So that's going to be for the video today, guys. Hopefully you enjoy the 4-2-3-1 tactics. Let me know if you guys enjoy them, and I'll see you guys in the video soon. Peace out.